Welcome.
The hell did it go?
Welcome. And if you spot any suspicious behavior or characters, please report them to our crew.
Get your ass to Mars and watch Hollywood Toys, the only place where you can live the movies.
Greetings, Earthlings, and welcome to Hollywood Toys, the only place where you can live the movies. I am your host, Magic Mike, and welcome to the show, and welcome to the channel, where I do travel and entertainment vlogs, covering theme parks, comic and horror cons, movies, celebrities, action figures, video games, and so much more. And I also have some pretty cool action figure and movie merch as well. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, as well as hit that notification bell so that you won't miss out on any future videos or any future lives or any future product releases. And now, it's magic time. Good evening, folks. Welcome to another exciting episode of Hollywood Toys Live Podcast with me as the host and you as the audience, the fans. Thank you for joining me here today for this fantastic day and somewhat sort of night. You know what I mean? Okay, so thank you for all my friends for coming along to hang out with me for a bit, such as my good friend Joey 090292 says, let's go and connect. That's right. And my good friend Yakov Petrovich, of which today I am going to be his official MC. I'm going to be his warm-up act. I'm going to be his pre-show to get ready for the Maximum Overdrive show over at Yakov Palace. It's going to be great. Who also says connect. That's right. And Joey says, the only place where you lose weight living the movies. That's what we're all about. That's right. And Yak says, like it up and share it out, y'all. That's right. And our good friend, my co-host and yours, Mr. Lantern 1986, who says he is backstage, along with everyone else. I just don't know where that is. And my other good friend Elizabeth Thrickard 3673. Howdy, Lizzie. Woohoo! All right. And Mr. Lantern with doing the crown checks, y'all. Crown check, crown check. Yo. All right. Oh. Yakov also says I'm backstage. Me too. All right, howdy, Joey Numbers. It's Joey Numbers, y'all. Howdy, Liz. Everybody's backstage, y'all. And we're behind the scenes, folks. Float, float, float. Wait, 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 wait. Floating, floating. Oh, howdy, outer space. Oh, look, it's outer space, y'all, on video. And hello, Miss Genitalia. Welcome to Earth. Joey. And now your feature presentation, which is me. And Mr. Lantern again with whee! All right, Joey is a Hollywood Toys Subs Rewards member. That's right. And Mr. Lantern, wee, float, 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 wee. It's going crazy, y'all. And, hey, all, Lamphead. Yeah. Shout out to the chat and outer space, dudes. Oh, boy. Joey, my greatest fan, who just hooked me up with a $19 billion super chat donation. Bam! All right. And Mr. Lantern, Yahoo, connect. Yep. And Mr. Lantern, who just hooked me up with a $9 million super chat donations. All right. Hell yeah. Let's go, dudes. Howdy, Arnold. Well, my name's not Arnold, it's Magic Mike, but close enough. Let the show begin. And Joey says, can you do the foot-long challenge when you get your goal weight? We shall see. And my good friend Rob. Hi, Mike. Hi, Mr. Rob. Thanks for stopping by. And Mr. Lantern, howdy. And Joey, that's Trillion. Oh, my bad. Even better. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much. Ha, ha, ha. Well. Here it is, folks. Another unplanned impromptu stream. Being that, as always, I was thinking and planning on having somewhat of a free night where I could catch up on some frickin' editing and catch up. And I did have orders today, a lot of them, and then I did them, and I packed them, and it was all ready to go, and then I go get something to eat and come back, and there's 6 more frickin' orders. It's just orders just coming out of my ears. So, that's why we're here right now. So we're gonna do that, along with an early weight loss update that I normally save for Mondays during Monday's print and label package stream. So there we are. And also, last night I decided, sometimes you run out of stuff to watch, and I spend hours just trying to figure out stuff I could find to watch and put on the background while I work on editing, on packing, on whatever it is. So coming up short on YouTube stuff lately, and cable, and this, that, and the other. So I figured, you know what? Let's see if we could find some growing pains out there. So we got growing pains on Tubi.com. So I figured, you know what? It's been decades since I've watched Growing Pains, so I'm going to do a Growing Pains marathon and maybe turn that into some videos, doing some reviews. I'm on season 1. I made it to episode 7, and so far they all suck. Of course, I'm pretty sure my bias is going to be I'm going to like the ones that I remember from watching, even though I haven't seen them for years. So I can't wait to see those ones that jog some memories. Like, oh, I remember this one. But so far, I don't remember any of the episodes that I've seen so far. So that's that. You know what I mean? Okay. Don't spend it all in one place. I won't. All right. So I just got finished packing this one. So we just need to get a name on it. Ready to roll, so we'll be ready for tomorrow when I'm ready to pack and ship. So, with that being said, oh, wrong thing. Okay, so this one, oh man, right, okay. So this one is going to Geoff W. And then tomorrow, I'll know exactly where exactly it's going to Geoff when I print the labels. So there's good old Geoff W right there. Oh. Mm-hmm. All right, so that's that. So much to do, so little time. So it doesn't even really matter in what order I do things. So I'm just kind of winging it a little bit here and there. Joey says, would you ever try to get under 100 pounds? Heck no. Even if I wanted to, I'm pretty sure, my body has its limits. And, no, I'd look like Sharon Osbourne at this point, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to get my thing over here. I guess we could do that real quick. All right, so we need to make some shipping cardboard for this 8.5 by a 17 Dagobah Star Wars backdrop for your 4-inch Kenner or Power of the Force Star Wars figures. I have my template that I use and my McDonald's cardboard. Right. Okay, trace them out and cut them out. You know what I mean? Oh boy. All right, so while doing that, I'm gonna also continue to watch. All right, we can get into everything once I get everything packed that I already have ready to go before needing to start printing on everything. We could talk about life, talk about you, talk about me, talk about it all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, so that gets slapped in between these two bad boys for safe travels. Oh, dang it. It's going to be one heck of a busy Monday stream, I tell you. Endless packages to label. Abracadabra. Oh, yeah. Presto. Wow. Alakazam. So, yesterday I did the saltwater colon cleanse. The last time I did that was about 3 weeks ago, if not a month ago. But I'm gonna start keeping track of that as well in my weight loss diary. Um, so just as just one other weight loss tool that you can use. So the water cleanse is basically filling, using like a coffee mug and putting some hot water in it. It doesn't have to be hot. I technically it could be cold, but I think the salt water is more tolerable in warmer or hotter water. So just set your sink to its hottest setting. Wait till it gets hot. Don't even really have to microwave it. And then put a tablespoon of salt into it. Mix it up and then drink it down. Not exactly tasty and kind of gross, but just barely tolerable enough to where, I can do it. So of course, warning to anyone out there who has high blood pressure, I would advise talking with your doctor first before doing a salt water cleanse, because the extra salt that could further aggravate your blood pressure, and if you already have high blood pressure, it might not be the thing for you. So use with caution. So the RoboCop set is going out to Anthony I in Long Island City, New York. There we go. So, okay, what else? Well, what else? Oh, that one. Okay, we also have a fugitive set. And that's in my book here as well. More towards the back, I think. Where are they? Yep. All right. And for you, you people out there who is a fan of the 1987 or 1986 version of The Fly with Jeff Goldblum, you could get your very own Particle magazine prop cover from the movie in either this size or a 13 by 19 poster size, your choice. So there's those, and I have one of my top selling items. So I have 4 of those. Oh, I'm running low. I need to make more. And then the wanted posters from The Fugitive. So I have extras in here. So again, I sell these in the set of props, or you could buy it in a larger 13 by 19 poster format. Oh, okay. These are okay. So base. Oh, okay. We also need we need a check, a Devlin McGregor check. Where did I see him just a second ago? Ah, here we go. So if you remember the scene in The Fugitive where Richard Kimball breaks into Frederick Sykes' apartment trying to get clues to find out if he's the one-armed man who murdered his wife, and he's going through his drawer and makes the discovery that he works for the Devlin McGregor group. So I make replicas of that. That goes with the Fugitive prop set. So I'll I'll take everything out and show you what it all includes. Joey says, "Can you explain the first Terminator? I didn't understand it." If I have time and can get to it, I will. I want to get these done first. Okay. So also in the set, you get this mugshot photo that you see on screen in the movie, and also the hotel convention prop badge, which also comes with the ID badge clip, as well as the fake janitor ID that Richard Kimball makes in the movie, so he could, you know, move through the hospital and find what all what he needs to find. Um, all right, so that takes care of it. And in the papers in the set, you get. I'll show you. It's pretty cool stuff. You get this wanted poster, which you see in the movie. This version of the wanted poster that you don't see in the movie. You get the amputee sheets that Richard Kimball looks at, the amputee charts. There's 2 of them. And then a cardiologist convention cover printed on photoglossy paper. All in one convenient package for you fugitive fans out there. All right. That goes back in here. Mm-hmm. And the check. The two ID badges. And the mugshot. And the shipping note. And two ID badge clips. So again, we cut this off right here. So you get a nice protective plastic sheet cover to protect the papers. And then we need our two pieces of 8.5 by 11 pieces of cardboard. Oh. So, getting back to the saltwater colon cleanse. So basically, it's like a natural laxative. So the whole purpose is to clear out the colon, like literally. So if you are gonna do it, make sure it's on a day where you know you're not gonna have to go anywhere for a while. Because once you drink the magic elixir, it could take anywhere from 4 to 6 hours for it to all completely clear out. I call it the self-induced Crohn's dump. And so I'd say whenever I do it, I go about 6 or 7 times, sometimes 8 times, somewhere around there within a 4 to 5 hour period. So obviously make sure you have instant, easy, and close access to a bathroom. If you can, grab a old dirty pair of boxers out of the laundry to wear because you never know. Always be extra careful. And get it done. Get yourself cleaned out from the inside out. And I would say, since I've been tracking my weight loss, I would say I lose an average. I see the numbers going down by about 2 to 4 ounces here and there. But the last time I did the colon cleanse, it was like almost a pound and a half difference. Uh, so it really does help with the numbers. So I did that last night. Also, last week, I got a new weight scale because the original weight scale I got in 2017, so almost 10 years old. And the numbers were looking good, but not the gut size. Because when I was in like the mid to high 130s, still the same gut size, and the gut size not really changing much. So I thought, maybe is it the weight scale being old and outdated, and I actually weigh more than what I think? So I figured, I saw it at Walmart on an end cap for only $10. So I'm like, I guess for peace of mind, I might as well just to see how accurate or inaccurate the older scale is. Why not? Uh, and I'll show you them. So this one is done and packed and ready to roll. And this one is going to Matthew B. Where you be at? Mm-hmm. All right, we are getting it done. All right, time for a little quick pee-pee break, and then I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere for part two. Coming right at ya. No. Ah. So here's the old scale. Healthometer. Healthometer.com. Not legal for trade. 2016. Okay, so that's when they manufactured it, and I got it in 2017. And then the new one, the iHome. So that's that. All right. What else do I have ready to go that I could pack right now? I think all that we're left with are things that need to be printed, and then we're gonna, well, not save it for last, but I guess in between printing, the other thing I get to work on is another one of my best-selling items from Bride of Chucky, the infamous Voodoo for Dummies book cover that I got to go through and crease in the book spine and ship those out. So this is made to fit pretty much any for dummies type book, but in particular, I fitted mine to a networking and netwear for dummies. And I used to sell the book with it, or so I would offer two different versions, either just the book cover so that you yourself can get your own book and wrap this around, or I used to offer it with a book. But again, it was just so time consuming and such a pain in the butt, for me to do it over and over again, versus I just figured it'd be better for anyone buying it. They're buying it once, not like me selling it thousands of times. So, it won't be a thing for you to do it once. You have it done and you put it on your shelf to display and be done with it, unlike with me doing it over and over and over, and whatever. I'm just basically, and not even really making much more profit, because I'm just basically buying the books, and not even at the same price, off of Amazon. It could be $8 one week and then 13 another, then have to wait for the book, and then that extra weight just adds to the shipping. So in the end, and of course, as I got busier and busier and started adding more stuff to the store, and as busy as I am already, I think I just decided in the end to get rid of the book option and sell just the book cover. All right. Hey, it's Mr. Ladies Man, y'all. He says you look incredible. Thank you, Mr. Ladies Man. All right, so that's ready to go. So I have a stack of about 20 to 30 of these. So like I said, I try to print as many in advance as I can and make up as many as I can. So that way, when that's done, now when I get the orders, all I have to do is reach out of my book, pull one out, pack it, whatever. Versus print and make per order at a time, would be just stupid. So yeah. All right. So we're gonna start printing the backdrops and then start working on those while those are printing. Yep. All right. All right. So we need one of those. Oh, I could put these away. We're done with that. Done with that. Done with that. Okay. In a moment, we're going to get into the weight loss updates, y'alls. Are you excited? Hmm? What do you say? What do you say? Hmm? 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 Come on now. What was I getting ready to do? Oh, yeah. All right. There that is. Okay, so get this set up and start getting to printing and going. Okay. All right. He's doing again, Mama Tate. I wish. Okay. Let's get started on some printing. And we can get into the news before I lose. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Lord. And by the way, since the last time we've hung out, last time I was at 240 subscribers. Now I lost 2 subscribers. It's so weird. Like, for every 2 or 3 subscribers I gain, and then I lose one, like, the next day. Gain 3 or more, and then I lose one. Like, I went from 240 to 246. Now I'm back down to 244. I just don't get it. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. Why? Okay, so Teletran 1 print 5. Strike it up, y'all. You are still gaining. No, I know. I'll take it. If I could get 10,000 subscribers by first having 10,100 subscribe and then 100 unsubscribe, hey, I'm looking at the gains, not the losses. It's just really weird how that works. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Oh, maybe because there we go. There it is. All right. Oh. Print, 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 connect, connect, connect. Wrong thing. Yep, print one of those. You gain some, you lose some. I know. Oh. More settings, high quality. Man, I need to order some more 13 by 19 sheets of paper too. Okay, so fart. Oh, pew! Stop it! Alright, so that's that one, and then we got that one. Woo! Come on. More settings. High. High. Joey says, you got an animal? No. Mr. Lantern farted. There's that. D-Man says, I've been unsubbed to channels. I think it's just YouTube sometimes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure some of it is that. Those gosh darn YouTube glitches. He did it for no reason. Mr. Ladies Man, y'all. Did what? Are you going to try and pass blame off to him, Lantern? Okay, that's that one. And then now we got to go into printer settings, printer preferences. Oh, preferences. Reset the size to 2337 and go. And that one. Lampy, since Fear stole your names, since Fear stole your time slot for no reason, that means you have dibs on all time slots to stream whenever you like. Photo Flossy, print, and come on. There you go. All right, so. Oh. So, now we can get into this. So, who's ready for some weight loss updates? Nobody? Okay. I'll still work on these then. Oh. Okay. We have a hand raise. Wait. Okay. Okay. So, just this year alone, I started. I weighed myself on the 1st of this year, January 1st, at 138.6 pounds and a 35-inch gut, or a 35-inch gut. Then 2 days later, down to 137.6. But then starting on 110, I marked down consistent losing from this point. So my highest weight so far this year has been 138.4 pounds. And then I decided to stop eating sugar altogether, no more buying sweet stuff. So long story short, we have gone down from 138.6, and then as of last week on March 20th, when I got the new scale, with the old scale, I was down to 130.4 pounds, but then the new scale said 130.6 pounds. So there was a 2-ounce difference there, but not too bad, with a 33-inch waist. Well, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe I'm even able to say that I have finally made it into the 120s. As of today, this morning, and without taking a crap, 129 pounds and 8 ounces. This is a huge milestone for me because I've not been in the 120s since I started this weight loss journey back in 2017. And the last time I was in the 120s ever was when I was in my early 20s. So I can't believe that I'm still doing something right. I'm doing more right than wrong. So there it is. So that means I've lost 8 ounces. Not too shabby, but there it is. I'm in the 120s. I was starting to doubt if I'd ever be able to get there. It's just like, because I was just bouncing up and down between 130s and then 140s, and then in 2021 I gained all the way back to 158 pounds and a 38-inch and a half waist. And then we got down again. But I didn't quit all the soda yet at that point. So that was obviously a big, huge part of it. So I haven't drank a soda since. So as awesome as that is, and I couldn't be more thankful, I'm still puzzled as to why my gut size is actually gone up. Now it's 33 and 1/4 inch. Now I'm hoping that it's probably because of the saltwater cleanse, because excessive salt makes you bloat. So I can only hope that that's what it is, and that will subside. And then by the time I get to a week of measuring again without doing a salt cleanse, that it'll hopefully be less than 33 inches in size. The heavyweight champion of being 5'10" and in the 120s, y'all. Yeah, and thanks for the congratulations, D-Man. And D-Man says, Mr. Lantern, you're a top streamer. Oh, yeah. But, and for all of you pushing me into doing weight training and gaining muscle, I think I'm going to start doing that. At the very least, start doing push-ups, and I do have a 10-pound dumbbell, just one, but, if I had to do one arm at a time, we just may start doing that, So, yeah, that, and maybe watching my sodium intake, and all that. But I am honestly really surprised that I and still going down. Again, longest streak ever in my life of longest amount of time of going down, 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 down since January 10th to now. So over 2 months of consistent weight loss. Oh, but heck yeah, I think I have the potential to become one hot bitch, y'all. I think so. Oh yeah. Working on my health, working on my wealth, working on the business, working on everything. This is going to be one of my best years ever, y'all. And y'all are all invited. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, all right. It's getting hot. Hot, hot. You are losing muscle mass. Not good. Maybe. Ugh. I don't know. All right. Where are we at here? All right. Thanks for the 9 people out there watching, and thanks for the 8 likes. If we can get just a few more, that'd be fantastic, y'alls. Man. And I cannot wait to share with you all the other fantastical surprises that await you. That'll just blow your mind. It blows my mind. The more muscle mass equals more fat burn. Yeah. I think I'm going to start doing some weight training here and there. Because I just know, I just feel it. This is like too good to be true, or too long of a streak. I know I'm gonna hit that Saturday where it's gonna either be the same, or somehow it'll be 2 pounds heavier. So that's why I think I'm gonna like work extra hard to make sure that I'm still gonna stay in the 120s by the next weigh-in, and maybe do one more salt cleanse next Friday just to be sure. So that way, after that, let's say I'm down to 127, but I gain back up to 129. At least I'd still be in the 120s to prevent the chances of me going all the way back up into the 130s. So it's like, once I'm here, I want to stay here. Let's make it happen. So that's that. Oh, that's... Oh, wrong thing. Oh, boy. So there's that. But I got, like I said, I'm super grateful that I started doing this just at all in general. And there's always, what seems like a bad thing at the time, but it's actually a blessing. So, like I said, when I was in my teens all the way up to my early 20s, always super skinny, and I had that luxury, or so it would seem, of eating as much as I want, whatever I wanted all day long, and not suffer any consequence of gaining weight and becoming and looking fat. I was always the same size. But if that continued, though, I would have no reason or motivation to try to eat healthier. And if I continued on eating the way I did, and I didn't gain a gut, and I saw no reason to, cut back or eat healthier, I would just eat myself into an early grave and have some hidden things like, cancer, diabetes, heart problems, because I ate really, 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 really bad. So not only do I want to get a flat stomach again, but just eating healthier in general, because I want to live longer, as long as possible. And had I continued on eating the way I was eating, like I said, I was as high as 165 pounds. So I wouldn't be surprised if I would have gone as high as 170, 180 with a 10-month pregnant belly and on the verge of diabetes, cancer, heart disease, and all kinds of health problems the older I got. So the gut was a good wake-up call, and I'm glad it happened because now I've changed pretty much my diet permanently for the rest of my life. There's certain things that I ate that I cut out that I'll never eat again, that I don't want to eat or don't need to eat. Stuff like dry cereals, which is the worst thing you can eat, frozen pastas and fettuccine alfredo and frozen macaroni and cheese and Doritos and cheese puffs, and more fast food than one should ever have. Lots of high sugar, high calorie sodas, high in sugar and caffeine, Mountain Dews. It was awful. So I'm so glad I've gotten rid of a lot of those things that just were not ideal for anybody, really. And I'm not miserable. I'm not like missing certain foods. Oh man, I would give anything if I could have this or that or whatever it is. Like, you know, I'm perfectly happy with the diet that I finally, it took me years to figure it out, but I got it figured out. So there's no going back. Why? Oh, I'm gonna. What the? Oh, how in the did that happen? Something went wrong. You're not. Hey, Barrel Seamus, you're not missing donuts. No, not missing them, but it's different now. Like I said, when I stopped eating the sugar completely, it took some weeks, it took some time, but I eventually got to the point to where I just was not craving it anymore. Like, I think there's a difference between wanting something versus craving something. Like, being addicted to it and having withdrawals if you don't have it versus, oh, I could do with or without it, but if it was here, I would eat it. So it's like I'm looking forward to the chocolate donut stream, but it's not like, oh, I'm suffering and in misery because I'm refusing to let myself have it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can have it, but I could do without it at the same time. So, yeah. Um, so I'll still enjoy them or, a nice sweet treat here and there for like special occasions, a few times a year, once a month, but not like once a week or every, several times a week. I don't, how did that? Uh, all right, excuse me, folks, while I need to get another piece of paper because I printed the wrong thing on the wrong size piece of paper, but hey, it happens. So I'll be right back after these messages. Don't go anywhere. Okay. Uh, don't believe this. And I'm running low on that type of paper too, which I need to order more of before I forget. I'm just baffled how I even did that. So how do that? Uh, and I only okay. Okay, which one do we need to do? Yep, that one. Okay. Ow. Wow. It does not compute. How did it skip over two things that I sent to the print queue and print something that was supposed to be printed on a different size sheet of paper? Okay. Settings, standard, high, and go. And we do that. Oh, how did that happen? Okay. That one. Where does the other one go? Oh, well, maybe there's proof in the pudding because I don't see it in my recently. Uh, a trend one. Hey, no. Hey, Vic, I'm printing more action figure backdrop orders. And then had technical difficulties, of course. Um, oh, no, not that. Standard, high. All right, so far this comes with two floor pieces, so hey, we got one done at least. Right. Mike, please don't listen to Mr. Lantern. He's not floating. He will remain grounded until further notice as per FAA regulations. Sorry, Lantern. Not my rules. Um, ugh. Okay. Eh, How long does one of those takes to print? It depends. I print anywhere from 19 inches all the way to 36 inches long. So anywhere from 5 minutes to sometimes 10, 15 minutes per piece. Um, you could time the next one before the other. I have one more coming out like this, and I'll say now when it starts to print. Okay, so we need another sheet of paper. And while I cut these with my paper cutter, I just put down a piece of paper so I could put my hand on it and not have to worry about leaving hand prints on the print whenever I can. Uh, Lantern says I'm floating. Mike got a black shirt on, y'all. Wow. Indeed. Look at him, y'all. He's floating around, y'all. Whee! You're a trip, bro. Uh-oh. Lantern floats like a blowfly around cow dung. Ew. Oh. So here's one floor piece done. Just waiting on the other one to come on down. Still going. You know, I'd never actually timed it myself, so I have no idea. But what better time than now to get an idea of how long it would take for one of these? Um, except the next one, the print goes almost to the edges of the paper, unlike these. So the second one might take a bit longer than this one. Boring! Yeah. All right. Um, yo, yo. At some point, I'm gonna have to get a second printer with as many orders that I've been getting lately, and good to have a backup anyways, just in case. Mhm. Still going. Come on. Oh, there we go. All right, it is 9:08. Next one coming up. Getting ready to print in about 5, 4, 3. Paper jam. No, there was no paper jams. Come on. You serious? I'm trying to do a show here. You. No, 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 no. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Oh, why? Oh, what the hell? Oh, okay. Try it again. Okay. Why is this being such a? Okay, 9-10. 9-10. 9-10. Getting ready to print in 5, 4, 3, 2. Start timing it now. All right. Oh, go. All right. Seamus says, Mr. Lantern, use your eyes. Mike remains subservient to the Ancient One's blessings of gravity. Joey says, Mad Mike. Hey, love crackpot. 9-10. Yep. Okay, noting the time. And printing a bigger piece this time. Lantern Fears has no respect for you stealing your time slot yesterday. I didn't have a time slot yesterday. Okay. Here we go. Yak Off going live. That's right. Just over an hour. Time slot 9:10. Time is running out. That's why we need to hurry this. Wrap up. And cut this next piece. Very carefully. Yak will be live in 18 minutes. Not according to what I'm seeing. It says live in 77 minutes. Unless he's going to go early. In that case, if he does, I will hop off here and cut over there. Paper cutting in high school, 1910. Seamus says, oh yeah, you're right. It's an hour and 18 minutes. All right. All right. Uh, Time running out. Let's go. We're going. We're going. We're going. We're going. Yes, one more floor piece down. We can start folding up another voodoo. And that's voodoo with a D, not a D. Here we go. Mm-hmm. Yep, yep, yep. So behind, so behind. Trying desperately to. Seamus says, do you support me in my quest to steal the foil ball? I'll be team steal foil ball. Love Crackpot says, do I have a on an online store. I do. You could find all of my items on my Facebook, on my Hollywood Toys fan page, Facebook page. Magic Mike knows. Kinda. Okay. Oh, and there we go. Yep, yep. Ooh, here you go. Here it comes. Ready? Go! Ooh. Oh, yeah. Seamus, love Crackpot says, thanks, brother. And Seamus says, thank you, Mike. You'll receive your official Foil Ball Stealing Fan Club merch in the mail within the next decade. Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to be waiting by that mailbox. Oh, and on another note, another regimen to consider taking is a tablespoon of fresh lemon juice, which is something that I've been doing. Either that along with apple cider vinegar with some cinnamon in it. And most people mix all that into one, and I did do that, except the lemon just by itself made it not very tolerable. And so, good Lord. 9:18. So 8 minutes in printing this thing, and it's still not done. So I decided, you know what? I'll take the lemon juice by itself, fill it in the shot glass that has the measurements on it, up to 1 tablespoon. Okay, done. 9:18. That's what we got. That's one of the wall pieces. And now I don't know if I'll be able to... This is killing me. This really is. Now I'm gonna do this crap again. Nine eighteen Martin Luther King Drive. That's a good way to memorize or remember that. All right, I need to go get No King Ceremony Productions on the Avenue with supersized drinks and double foam cups. All right, I need to go get another piece of paper and try again. I'll be back. Maybe. Here we go. Cutting corner off to prevent the print head from catching the very edge, which sometimes happens and causes issues. This is going to be it. Ah. Okay. We got back up to 245 subscribers. Let's keep up the good work. Give me one more so I can be back at where I was when I first started this stream. I think that sounds like a good idea. We can do it. Okay. All right. Try this again. So now we know it's going to take at least 16 minutes to print these two wall pieces, including the 30 seconds to minute in between. Waiting, one paper being spat out, and then the other one, you know what I'm saying. All right. What the heck? Why does it look like that? That's much better. All right, there we go. Print. Settings. Standard, high, and go. Please. Please. Can we do it right this time? Is that so much to ask? All right. There we go. And another one. Yes, yes, yes. How's everybody doing out there? Did I put anyone to sleep yet? Well, guess what? Wake up! There's no sleeping tonight. You gotta be nice and awake and ready to go for Yakov. Or he'll never forgive me. Can't have that happen. Uh, so yeah, it's been decades since I've watched Growing Pains. But just from pure memory, keeping in mind the last time I watched an episode of it has been at least 20 plus years ago. One of my favorite episodes was Meeting the Seavers, where Ben wishes he could, his family could be more like a TV family, and he actually gets trapped in being in the TV family. And the name of the show is Meet the Seavers, where he plays himself, Jeremy Miller. And he's like freaking out about it, and we get to see behind the scenes stuff. I like those kind of episodes that are kind of meta like that. Almost all the sitcoms did some version of that kind of show. Between that, Fresh Prince, another one of my favorite shows that I've been rewatching recently. So I'd say out of all the TV shows from the late 80s and early 90s, I used to watch them all. Perfect Strangers, Full House, Step by Step, Growing Pains, Going Places. But over the years, the only ones that I've ever watched since their original airing on reruns have been pretty much Full House and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So I know all those episodes. Anything else, I have no idea because it's been so long. TGIF, heck yeah. So those shows, and of course Family Matters, but I kind of outgrew that because they just got a bit too over the top and too silly with Urkel and his crazy inventions and whereabouts, and it just, I like things that are more grounded in reality, not like over the top stuff like that. So that kind of made me lose interest. Stefan Urkel, time travel. Yeah. And becoming Bruce Lee and all these different characters because of this one chamber that can do it all. Just too much, I think, Although, I do gotta say, my all-time favorite Family Matters episode is are two of them. The one with Urkelbot and the one with Urkel Cop. Because ever since then, I've been so fascinated by the guy that was able to move like that and move like a robot. And ever since, I remember as a kid, I just started imitating it and like becoming Urkelbot. And then I did it in school and everybody was freaking out. And it was like, do the robot, Mike, do the robot. Just a dang good job. And so, again, with the Growing Pains, there's probably only like 3 or 4 episodes in total that I remember even the slightest bit of like certain episodes. So Meet the Seavers was one of them. The other one is where little Chrissy, thinks that when they put her to bed that everybody just, straight up parties. And then they show the dream sequence where the adults are playing Barbies and people are doing jump ropes and hula hoop stuff and whatever. So vague memory of that. And then I remember the one where Jason started, he had his psychiatric office in the house, but then like he started working at an office somewhere else and he liked the decor of the office. So he wound up making his office at home look like the one from the office, but didn't realize it until later or something like that. And then the one with Good Ben / Bad Ben, where they had the little redhead kid come in and he was the perfect Ben and everybody loved the little perfect Ben and the real Ben is like, jealous and freaking out over that. And then I think that's about it. So we'll see what other ones jog any memories, if any. And then I don't know if it was the same episode. I think it was with the redhead kid where Ben had to have his tonsils removed, and of course he, didn't want that surgery and involved, I don't know, something like that. So I had to watch that episode first because that's the one I remember the most, and I think was my favorite one, being the Meet the Seavers episode. It's another one. And my same thoughts for movies as well. I like movies that are as grounded in reality as possible. I like those movies where you can believe that this something like that could happen in the real world. That story, that timeline, that whatever it is. With certain exceptions to the rule. Like there's certain movies I used to love as a kid that I outgrew, and then others that I'll never outgrow. Like Revenge of the Nerds. I used to watch part 2 religiously as a kid when I was like 9, 10, 11 years old. But I kind of look back now, I'm like, did I watch it because I really liked it? Or was it because it was one of the only things remotely close to something I would be interested in watching? So, unlike today, again, here's me sounding old, where there's thousands, tens of thousands, infinite choices between streaming services and channels and YouTube and social media and on and on and on. So that's the last time I remember seeing it as a kid. Maybe as a teenager, maybe is the last time I saw Revenge of the Nerds. So just recently, like a year or so ago, I figured, hey, what the heck? Let's watch it again and see if I still like it as much now as I did then. I watched that movie and I'm just like, what in the hell did I see in this movie that made me like it and watch it more, more over and over again? I watched it again and I'm like, oh my lord, this is crap. Wow. But hey, at least now I know. Like, so that's one of the example of a movie I outgrew and just, I don't know. I was surprised in a way. I'm like, I remember loving this movie and I just watched it again and I was just like, wow, okay. That curiosity is crushed. Love Crackpot says, I love the episode when Ben Seaver needed a hip replacement. I don't remember that, but I'm going to find out. I'll be seeing it because I'm doing the marathon. I'm going to watch all the episodes just for funsies. What are your thoughts on the movie Porky's 2? I haven't seen that in a long time either, but I'm going to check that out. And then remember Cheers? Let's get back in there with Cheers and the Coach. Nah, never got into those shows. But I do like the guy who played Coach from Poltergeist. Okay, so now... Yes, alright. Go on to the next one. So that's that one, and we could print the other wall. And then you have a movie as terrible as 1984 Supergirl with Helen Slater. Really awful movie, really awful plot. And I know that, and I'm very, very well aware of that. But, and that's one thing I kind of, I don't know if I miss, but can you remember back to when you were a kid and would watch movies and TV shows? It didn't quite have that cynical mindset that we get as an adult. As we get older, we start noticing mistakes or we become more aware of how movies are made. Just the naivety of not knowing that stuff as a kid. Or behind the scenes drama or this, that, and the other. And we just watched our TV shows and movies in complete ignorance and ignorant bliss and just loved them. So yeah, the Superman movie, Supergirl, all that. So I point that out because, for sure, since I was a kid, my favorite superhero, my favorite movie, Superman 2, and Superman 3 that I watched on VHS over and over and over again. huge fan of Superman. So anything related to Superman, I was a fan of. I was a stupid, naive, easy to please little kid who didn't know how to dislike anything or hate anything or know that you could hate stuff. Again, pre-adulthood, right? Um, so I loved anything Superman. Like if there was a movie that was 2.5 hours long and it's the most boring, awful movie in the world, but if it had a 2-second cameo with Christopher Reeve's Superman, I would think it's the greatest movie ever. Like, oh, it's got Superman. I love this movie. So, um, so of course, Supergirl. I was all into Supergirl. Probably one of my first crushes as a kid. Because Helen Slater's hot, and she was hot as Supergirl. And again, it's related to Superman. It comes from the world of Superman. So from a kid, I absolutely loved Supergirl and loved that movie because there are great things about this horrible movie. Um, the fantastic, super awesome score by Jerry Goldsmith. That music in that movie, like, you can't tell me that that doesn't give you goosebumps when you hear it. It's just like ignoring how awful the movie is. Just that score just takes me to a whole other world, and the world of Supergirl and superheroes, and the opening titles with the steel titles coming at the camera and the smoky red atmosphere. Just oh man, just between that and the super awesome flying effects to Jerry Goldsmith's music, just made it perfection. But then again, as you become an adult, you realize, yeah, this movie sucks ass and the plot is weird and all over the place. But yet, I still have a love for it because I still like all those things about it that I liked as a kid. And, so an example of a movie I not growing out of. But it's an example of, had I never seen it as a kid and I seen it now for the first time as an adult, I probably would not want to ever see it again. And I just, from the start, be like, yeah, this sucks. This was a movie? Like, really? Like, no, get this away from me. So there's movies like that. Love Crackpot says, I like your background, Mike. It's nice. Oh, thank you. Mike, you need to visit Missouri. There's a Metropolis Superman museum there, I heard. Really now? I'll have to go check it out. All right. What am I doing? All right. So we got it. Making progress, making progress. Less than an hour left until the master streamer will grace us with his unseen presence. Joey says Carrie and a Superman museum. Punk rock. Hey, what's up, punk rock? Oh, you also said, what about the movie Captain Ron? I've not heard of it. And punk rock says Missouri has it all. I'm jealous. I'll also have to look up if there's any movie locations there as well. Um, hey, Bukaki! Have you seen Cabin Boy? No. Right. with Chris Elliott. It's weird and funny. Never heard of Chris Elliott either. He starred in a TV series you might have seen, Get a Life. Have not seen that either. I suck. Oh man. Um, Another childhood movie of mine that I highly recommend is Not Quite Human, starring Jay Underwood, star of The Boy Who Could Fly, and TV dad Alan Thicke, who plays the father. Oh, um, to whoever before asked for me to explain the Terminator. Okay, so the Terminator is about a future AI called Skynet, an artificial intelligence that is invented by mankind that at some point in the future becomes self-aware and starts to view man as its enemy and decides it's going to take out man and take over and rule the world. So in the year 2029. So it's kind of like the Matrix, man invents artificial intelligence, which breeds a race of machines, and at some points those machines go head to head with man and decides man ain't good, we need to take over. So in this case, Skynet just wants to take out man completely and not use them as human batteries. But so basically, what happens is when Skynet first becomes self-aware, it becomes self-aware August 29th, 1997, and what the future soldiers call Judgment Day. That's when Skynet taps into all the military systems and launches nuclear missiles from everywhere onto everywhere, just pretty much eliminating billions of 6 billion human lives. And that has been since called Judgment Day. But the survivors of the wall, so that's what the survivors of Judgment Day called Judgment Day. But of course, a resistance is born. The human resistance that goes up against 6 billion with a B. So I think it's more like 217,000. Maybe. All right, can we finally print the... Okay. Yes. Please, can we do this right? Because now we have a 24-inch, a 23-inch backdrop to print, and then two 36-inch long backdrops. Yes, okay. So in the future, the leader of the human resistance is named John Connor, and he leads the human resistance to victory over Skynet and wins the war. So Skynet, in its thinking, thinks to itself, you know what we need to do? We need to eliminate John Connor's entire existence so that we can win. So they build and invent a time machine. And with that time machine, so in the future, the machines are basically sentient, human-sized robots or endoskeletons, metallic endoskeletons called the T-800. and in war, sometimes they have just the robots, but they also can cover these robots in real human flesh that look human, thus creating a cyborg to fool the soldiers by infiltrating, military camps and killing people that way. So they take one of those cyborgs and they send it from the future back to 1984 with the intent of sending that Terminator to find the mother of John Connor. Her name is Sarah Connor, to kill her before she could even conceive John Connor. And so the Resistance sends back soldier Kyle Reese to protect Sarah Connor from this Terminator that's coming to kill her. And in so doing so, he protects her, but also fathers John Connor as they get together and creates that time loop. Sounds like Universal Soldier with Jean-Claude Van Damme and Ivan Drago. You mean Dolph Lundgren? No, that's funny. As if that's a real person. Ivan Drago's there. Shh. Um. So yeah, another one of my favorite movie series, The Terminator. Right now, I make and sell the Miles Dyson Cyberdyne ID badge, but I will be making even more additional Terminator props from mainly the first two movies, and a couple from the others as well. Another stupid dumb movie, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Plot holes all over the place because it involves time travel and it's so goofy. But I love that movie because I love Bill and Ted. It's like they're such likable characters and it's so colorful, and the cast of goofy characters and the music. There's bad movies that are just bad, and then there's movies that the storyline, a plot is stupid and doesn't make sense, but the movie is still somehow great. And that's an example of one of them. Um, but also an example of, if I never seen it as a kid and saw it for the first time as an adult, would I like it as much? I don't know. Probably not. But yeah, that's one stupid movie that I love to death and I'll always watch. But what I don't get though is it seems like more people love the sequel more than the original, where I'm like the opposite. I'm like, the second one, I mean, as crazy, and the first one was already out there, over the top, goofy, doesn't make sense. The second one was even worse on that account. So I don't like the second movie, really. I mean, I can watch it and it's okay, but I'm not with it. I don't see it. It's a bit too much. But I did like the third one. I like the third one better than the second one. So I'm glad they were finally able to make a part three. Do I remember the Bill and Ted cartoon? I know now there was a cartoon, but I don't think I ever watched it as a kid. But I do remember Hammerman, where they made MC Hammer into a cartoon and made him a superhero who became Hammerman. Hammerman, Hammerman, Hammer. That's all I remember about that. Hey, pretend story. I like the room in your house. Thanks and good night. All right. Thank you for enjoying. Okay. Where are we at? All right, back up to 246 subscribers. Let's keep it there, shall we? Thank you very much. Love y'all. Woohoo! And we got up to 10 likes now. You guys are the best. And we got 10 watching. I thank you very, very much. Um. Oh, so, but getting back to what I was first talking about, one of my favorite childhood movies being Not Quite Human, starring Alan Thicke and Jay Underwood. Um, that's another example of, I wouldn't say the plot is stupid, but it was too ahead of its time. So basically, what Not Quite Human is about a scientist who has a teenage daughter who builds an android, a 17-year-old android to be his android son. So uh, lots of fun times come of that. Now, of course, what makes that movie silly is the fact that even today, to this day, and this is like the late 80s, in 2026, we still have not created a fully autonomous, realistic looking android that can move around and talk and look human, that you would look at and be fooled into thinking it's a real person. It's either a complete robot, or if it is an android that it looks sort of human, they have to stay in one place and you could tell it's a robot. You know what I mean? So back in 1988, like, the amount of money that anybody would have millions and millions of dollars just to create a somewhat realistic looking android, and yet this guy did it basically in his bedroom in a garage and just on his own. Like, it would take a team of at least like 5-10 people, between program writers and computer builders and manufacturers. Like it would be very hard for me to believe that there's some random guy in his garage that could, to this day, no matter how smart they are, completely manufacture and build from scratch a fully autonomous android. So that's the only kind of silly part about it. But because it's such a cool, funny, charming movie, I can still look past that. But it's one of those movies, again, that I still love, that I have not outgrown. But if I'd not seen for the first time as a kid and saw for the first time as an adult, would I like it and want to add to my collection? Probably not, but I highly recommend it. It's charming, it's fun, it's family friendly. I like the intro music to it, and then they had part two. They had three of them: Not Quite Human, Still Not Quite Human, and Not Quite Human 3. Everything is fun size now. Pass. Referring to what? And for those of you who don't know, the first Fantastic Four movie that ever came out but wasn't officially released to the public, Jay Underwood starred in that movie as uh, the Human Torch, Johnny something, Johnny Storm, whatever. In fact, let's play some of that music. Um, There you go, folks. You can thank me later. But for now, know what I'm saying? Oh man, my hands are a bit sticky. Time to go do a little quick hand wash. Oh, yeah. Another movie I remember from my childhood is Mr. Boogedy, but I haven't watched that movie since at least the late 80s. So, oh, haven't really had the interest to go recheck that movie out. So I don't know. How about The Incredible Melting Man? Talk about a bad, funny movie. And a movie that makes no sense. Because basically, the melting man melts. Yet, throughout the whole movie, dripping in melting flesh and skin, and yet he's the same height, you know? Let's say 5'10", and throughout the whole movie, he's 5'10". Like, if they were to do it right, they would have, different people playing the parts, and go from shorter actor to like a little person, because if you're really melting, your whole mass should melt down, not just, and just the concept itself is already silly and over the top. So, yeah. But it is a fun, I don't know. It's more of a nostalgia trip because I remember watching it as a kid, but the concept is stupid, dumb, doesn't make sense. No way you could make that into a believable movie today, even with the right budget, the right director. It's just one of those, one of those things. Ah. But it's a fun, guilty pleasure, every once in a while here and there. And it's fun watching other YouTubers, take a crap on it and talk about how weird and funny it is. All right. So we're going to pack a voodoo cover and then get started on, cutting these pieces. So that's the 24-inch piece, the main backdrop for the Teletran 1 for your G1 figures. And I offer them in different options. So you could buy just the backdrop by itself, which is 23 inches long by 13 inches tall, or you could buy the complete set, which comes with the 2 side walls that you could add to the side and comes with the floor and all that good garbage. So yeah, gonna print that and get started on printing the 36-inch long backdrops. So so here is my Chucky binder, where I keep all of my extra Chucky sets and stickers and my battery instruction sheets. We have these which go the top part of the Tomahawk packaging set and things like that. This is where I keep my extra voodoo covers in. You could get the lunchbox cover or stickers that the old school plastic lunchboxes, and I offer these as just a plain photo glossy photo paper, or for a little bit more, you can get an actual sticker version of it and stick them on, and all that good stuff. So what was I gonna? Oh yeah. So we need to put these away, and then of course we have the infamous instructions sheet from Child's Play Part 2. Either as a set, or you could buy it by itself. So there's that. Hey, what's up, Carl? I'm gonna rip a big time bong, y'all. All right, love it. All right, so here's the completed, folded Voodoo for Dummies book cover that you put around stick to your own book. I use double-sided tape, and it works out pretty well. So, and I double check and make sure there's no imperfections or any scuff marks or anything like that. If there is, I have a microfiber cloth that I could use that most of the time I could buff out or buff away or whatever it is. But other than that, looks pretty good. All right, and we put in these sheets when I ship them out, and then when I keep them in the binder, ready for later. All right, about 25 more minutes to go for Yak Off. I'm just the pre-show host, your MC, your warm-up act for the night. So we get that, and then we put in our shipping note. And then we cut off the edge. Mm-hmm. And then we use our box cutter to cut the top part off, since it kind of comes up a bit short. Just like that. Yep. And then grab our cardboards and tape it up. Oh, hell yeah, Mike, then Yak, back to back. We are very lucky. Well, lucky for him. I don't know about me. I'm just here, you know. Oh boy. And then we take and put this in between the two cardboards. Oh no. I like to cut the rounded corners on the end so it'll slip into the poly bag easier and doesn't snag up. Like this. And like that. Yep. And then tape that down with matte finish invisible tape by Pen and Gear. And then slip right into the bag and it's all good to go. Slides right in there, just like that. All right. Another one almost ready to roll. Mike showing us how to make the big bucks. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. That one is going. And this is the second voodoo cover I have sold in the past 2 days. Oh, both were ordered on the same day? Oh, on the yesterday. Okay, so two people bought this. So, okay, I need to double check the other one and make sure I don't write the same name twice. That's not what that is. Hold on. Okay. So, this one, okay, that's going to Alexis Y. So the other voodoo cover is going to Chase M in Jonesboro, Arizona. So that is from there. Ship to Chase. And there we go. Another one down. So in just the envelope type stuff, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and not including the backdrop stuff. So Monday's afternoon live is going to be quite busy, I assure you. Holy crap. Okay. Oh, and there was still another one in the box that I didn't take out. So 6 uh, envelope style packages. Okay. And I'm running low on the plastic sheet protectors, so I need to, at some point, get some more next time I'm at Walmart. All right. So we like to take, I could fit about 3 or 4 of these and one sheet in my binder. So I do that. And then take singles and put those in a few of them, but especially since I'm running low on these, I need to be a bit careful. So that goes inside there, just like that. All right, we're getting ready to end this. So if anybody has anything they want to ask, now's the time to do it, or forever hold your peace. Or at least until Monday. There goes the neighborhood. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll save folding up the rest of these for another time. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 left to go out of those. All right. Oh. And we can move these to the top. So at least we have 2 single voodoos ready to go for the next people that order them. Okay. Okay, I think the timing on this works out ever so perfectly because the next I still have the 2 36-inch backdrops to print, which would be kind of cumbersome to do while sitting at the table here. So we're going to get off here in a few minutes so I can get that started and all that good stuff, as well as cut the Teletran 1 set. All right. So we are done with the Chucky binder for now. All right. Yep. All right. So I think that just about does it for today, tonight, this moment. Everybody, thank you so much for watching, and thanks for giving me back the 2 subscribers that somehow disappeared. Or maybe I didn't get 2 new subscribers, and maybe there was a glitch, and the glitch was showing me 2 less, and now it's just back to where it was the whole time. I don't know. It is what it is. So thank you so much for the 11 likes. Love you all. Thank you very much. And thanks for all the support for the channel, for the store, for my weight loss journey, and everything like that. So hopefully now that I'm in the 120s, I can actually stay there. I highly doubt it. I'm just waiting for that week because it's just been so many weeks in a row of nonstop weight loss. I know I'm going to hit that week of hitting a plateau and being stuck for a little while, or maybe even go back up a little bit. Not that that's going to stop me, like I made so much progress already, starting at 165 and down to 129.8. It is still a heck of an accomplishment. So I'm very grateful for that. So just going to keep on going, maybe do some working out, maybe do some muscle training, some weightlifting, some push-ups here and there. We shall see what happens. And so, yeah, I'm still under construction. So look out. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. There'll be more to come. So I really hope you enjoyed the live. And if you did, then please consider subscribing to the channel for more lives and more videos like this one. And leave me some comments. Share the video and give it a thumbs up. You can also follow me on all of my social media that you see here on the screen. All of the links are in the description box below. Now, after Yak's show, come back to Hollywood Toys and check out my endless catalog of other exciting adventures of Hollywood Toys. You will not be disappointed. And this is Magic Mike reminding you to live for your family and friends. Live your best life and live the movies.